Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video I'm going to be talking about things I've learnt from my first year of uni or college or whatever you want to call it, and things I wish I knew before I started. And it's been a strange time since it has been all online for me. Like, I only had one day of like on-campus classes, so it's been really strange and really, I'd say, like abnormal for me this year. But yeah, I've compiled like a list. I've got it in my notebook and I just wanted to talk about it since I actually realized that our semester is almost over and my first year of uni is almost over, which is like crazy to me. Like, this time last year I was studying for VC exams and now I'm like finished my first year of uni almost. And yeah, it's crazy and I still don't know what I want to major in, but that might be another video to talk about. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you like this video and you want to see more videos from me. It's free and you can always unsubscribe later if you want to. So without further ado, let's get into the video. Just a disclaimer of sorts. This is just personally from like my own experiences as a first year. It's probably going to be different wherever you live, so just please take these things as like a grain of salt. I just wanted to make a collective video of things I've learnt since starting uni, and also I'm studying a double degree in a Bachelor of Arts and a Bachelor of Commerce. For my arts degree, I'm majoring in psych with a minor in behavioral studies. For commerce, I'm not too sure yet what I want to major in, and that will be maybe another video that I want to discuss, because yeah, I really don't know and I have to know very soon. So number one, last year I thought uni would be like the best experience and I would love every single class I'm doing because I've chosen to do every single class, but that is not the case. Some of my classes are like the absolute best. I love learning the content. Of course I don't like exams, but they're doable because I actually enjoy learning the content, and the like in-semester work isn't too terrible either. So those classes are like perfect. But then other classes are like, I cannot I think I had my expectations too high. So like, yeah, what I'm saying is I wish I knew that not all uni subjects are like the best. And kind of adding on to that is like lesson number 2. I wish I knew how many readings I had to do or would have to do. I was not like prepared for the amount of readings I would get, especially from my minor, because they didn't have a textbook. I didn't know that, but they didn't have a textbook and we get given like a couple readings a week and they're like between 10 to sometimes like 60 pages, and my brain cannot handle that. Just be prepared if you're doing an arts degree, or not even an arts degree, any degree that has some sort of like literature involved, because like I know my commerce subjects have a couple articles that we need to read. It's definitely not as much as my arts subjects, but then always you'll need to read like the textbook to get resources and all that sort of stuff. But yeah, I wish I knew that before I started uni. And now on to my third sort of lesson or thing I wish I knew. You'll either have like a lot of free time or like no time at all, and maybe that's just because of like lockdown, and like I obviously haven't been able to go anywhere or like even go to uni, go to classes, and a lot of like the classes have been like reduced. A lot of these tutorials like you don't have to go to. At least for me, I actually have like a lot of free time to do like other things like this and to like play games and all that sort of stuff. I know a couple of my friends who do like more science degrees. I think they have like a lot more labs which are like inside the chem labs and like the bio labs, and they take up a lot of time. But like, to be fair, I think if we were on campus, I don't think I'd have very much time, like spare time, to do other stuff, because I actually have a decent amount of contact hours. So yeah, you don't have as much free time as you would think, but it's definitely a lot more free time than high school, and definitely a lot more than VCE, depending on your degree obviously. And another tip that I want to share with you guys, well, in my opinion, schedule your classes later on in the day, especially if they are online, because you don't have to wake up early. Especially since, like, online classes, at least you can just wake up and then just get onto Zoom. Having your classes like later on in the day allows you to, if you want to wake up early, get work done in the morning, and then you have your classes later on. Or if you're like me, wake up like when it's almost noon and then have your classes in the afternoon, so then you can just get ready in the morning and eat. For this semester, I've scheduled like all my classes after 12, like from 12 onwards, because last semester I had one at like 10 and that was always a pain, especially on a Monday morning. Like, who wants a 10 a.m. at a Monday morning? So definitely schedule your classes later on in the day, especially if you like sleeping. So I think this is like number 5-ish. I'm not really counting at this point, but yeah, so I wish I knew how bad Zoom classes are before I started online uni, because they are literally the worst, at least for me. I hate calling people. Please let me know in the comments down below if that's the same for you. I'm perfectly fine talking to people like in real life, or texting people, or emailing people. I'm like completely fine with all that sort of stuff. But then once I like need to call someone, like someone that I don't know, my like social anxiety, I don't want to say it's like diagnosed, it's not diagnosed, but like I've always been like this, like my anxiety goes through the roof. So yeah, I literally hate my Zoom classes. I'm that girl who just mutes and turns off a video because I don't need to talk. But saying that, I know there's like some people who, I don't know, they don't understand that people don't feel like talking online or feel uncomfortable, and I just want to tell you that it's okay. It's okay to not want to talk during your tutorial, especially if you don't need to. No one's forcing you, and at the end of the day, it's just one class. Do what you want to do, is what I'm trying to say. It's okay to do what makes you feel comfortable, and you don't always have to put yourself out there unless you want to, only if you want to. Moving on from that kind of rant, I want to preface to everyone who's going to uni or college for the first time that it's not like high school, like at all. What I mean by that is, at least for me in high school, my teachers would always provide me resources and the notes that we would need for the particular subject, and like lay out what we need to know for each test, so then we can study accordingly for the test. However, in uni, your tutors and coordinators aren't just gonna like lay everything on a plate for you. You're gonna have to research articles yourself, read the textbook or whatever things that they've put up online yourself, and you're not even gonna know like what they might test you on. So it's really like just throwing you into the deep end. I know everyone says it, but just remember, like, it's not gonna be as like easy as high school. People aren't just gonna give you things, you're gonna have to get them yourself, is what I'm trying to say. At least for me, I think it's very important to plan ahead and ask the right questions, yeah, whenever necessary. Okay, so I wish I knew at the start of lockdown and before we started uni online that it was going to be a lot longer than I thought it would be. But that being said, I wish I participated more in online activities and like co-curricular stuff, like participated in like game nights, or I don't know, just talking in group chats and stuff like that. Because at the start of uni, I didn't really have many friends. I still don't have many friends, but I wish I participated like all the way back then, because it's kind of just like regular uni, like, but online. And I know it's like a lot harder to make friends in this climate, but I think I should have just put myself out there a little bit more and talked to people or attended more of uni hosted events. So I would highly suggest, if you're studying uni next year or you're just going to uni now, to try and participate in as many like online activities that your uni provides, or any club activities that they provide, just to socialize and to make friends. I think that's really important even online. I know it's a given when you're on campus to try and attend as many things as you can, but I definitely think it's still important, or maybe even more important now, to get involved in the college, uni community and environment. I think that's really important. Okay, so I just want to give like one study tip, kind of. I'm actually not very good at studying in uni. I haven't really figured that out yet, especially being online. But yeah, I just want to share like what I've been doing. So a couple of my exams and tests have been open book, which is really useful, especially in this climate. It's a lot easier for you to prepare, I'd say, but it's still important to learn the content and like note everything down. For me, I like taking my notes on my laptop, and then if I need to study any concepts or any theories or just information that I think is important for me to memorize, I will rewrite or make a mind map of all that stuff by hand. If you didn't know, handwriting things makes you remember them, like, I don't know how much better, but it definitely helps you remember things because your muscle memory in your hand is better than you just typing it out. For one, rewriting it or paraphrasing it by hand will get you a second chance to revisit and sort through the content again. It will also help you memorize it as well because you're handwriting it instead of just typing it, and like, I don't know, I don't think I make sense, but that's just what I'm doing and it works a bit better in my opinion. But having your like initial notes on your laptop, especially during like online tests, is like the best way to go because you can easily like sift through them during your open book test, and you can always like print them out later and highlight them, which is a quicker way instead of like rewriting everything. And also, it's super important to take breaks. I might be taking too many breaks, but I think it is important to take breaks, plan ahead, plan specific things for specific days, like tasks to each day for the week ahead, and you kind of know like what you're going to be doing, and it just allows you to take breaks and not feel too guilty about it because you have your whole week planned out. At least that's what I do, and I have time to do other things. I think that's really important, and also taking breaks is really good for your mental health, especially during COVID because you're all stressed. And lastly, I want to say that you have time to figure out what you want to do. I know, like, I'm stressed just trying to think about what major I'm going to choose, especially because I'm doing a double degree, so it's a lot harder for me to like move around in terms of my classes and my units. But you have time. If you're in a situation like me, I'd say just wait it out until you kind of have a vibe of each subject. Like, I know for my commerce degree we start off with core units, so we like have an idea of what each major feels like and like what the content is like. So if your uni or college does that, I'd suggest you do all those like core classes and then decide what you want to do. People change their courses so many times throughout uni. Yeah, I have a couple friends who are wanting to do like a completely different course because they've just realized this year that this course is not for them. It's just a whole learning process. I think it's just hard right now to catch a really good vibe of like how a major is going to feel like later down the track, because we've just been doing online uni and it's hard to grasp like what it might look like in the future. So I think it's definitely important to factor that in when you're making decisions. It's all just a learning process, and I think it's just important for you to get that education and then figure out what you want to do during that process. I hope that made some sense. Yeah, I'm just rambling at this point. So yeah, that's basically the main things I've learnt and things I wish I knew before jumping into online uni. There's definitely a lot more things that I could share, or different like experiences and like tips I could give. So let me know if you want another video about uni in the comments down below. But yeah, that's the end of this video for today. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what other videos you want down below. Don't forget to subscribe down below by clicking the subscribe button and hitting the notification bell. Once again, it's free and you can always unsubscribe if you want to. I have some really fun videos coming out soon, so yeah, get excited. So yeah, I guess that's the end of this video. Now it's time for me to play Minecraft. See ya.